This week on Pop Fiction, brothers, awards, lawsuits, winners, losers, and a lot more.
Okay, this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you'll find all the news and reviews and pop fiction that's right to type. Today's top story.
The Chiefs defeat the 49ers 25-22 in overtime to win their second consecutive Super Bowl. This is in thanks to the magic of MVP Patrick Mahomes. Also, Alicia Keys was a surprise visitor during the Super Bowl halftime show before joining Usher in their duet, My Boo. She sang her song, If I Ain't Got You.
My beloved Chiefs beat the 49ers for a second time in how many years?
And they did it in your house too, huh?
Hey, I was happy. Yeah. AFC West all the way.
There you go. All right. You can
I know
enjoy some of this.
You can't stop the Wild Wild West.
Absolutely not.
I know this is a bit late, but we want to talk about it now.
I just saw Heat.
That was weeks ago.
You know what? Hey, it was a great game down to the wire, and I'm not just saying that it was a great game because my beloved Chiefs won.
we saw this in a house full of 49ers.
I was the only Chiefs fan.
I was in a house full of 49ers fans.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie.
I gotta say though, the first half of the Super Bowl was dull
the
second half it heated up. Second half it heated up.
It was a defensive clinic. That what was it? It was what? 7 to
it might have been 3 to 10.
It was 0-0
for the first quarter.
Yeah, and then
I don't remember what the score was.
10-3.
I
think it was
10-3 going
10-3.
into the half.
It was like woo wee. But I would say, in the halftime show, there was a lot going on in the halftime show. What did you think? Like on a scale of like 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to sexy.
Yeah. Usher.
Wow.
Doing a lot, and I did say Ludacris was wearing an afro wig.
Oh, for
and
sure.
what did we say? That was we didn't even know that was Jermaine Dupri. A lot of people thought it was CeeLo.
I know, which is weird.
It was like, who is that?
I didn't even watch that time show.
It was a lot going on. But
I got my daily abs intake. That was weird. Please continue.
A defamation lawsuit has been filed against Russell Simmons for allegedly attempting to disapprove allegations of sexual assault against him. Drew Dixon, a former executive at DefJam Records, has filed a complaint in the state Supreme Court of New York claiming she was sexually assaulted by the music mogul in 1995.
Yeah, he probably did that.
So here it is. This is just, all our heroes are just...
Yeah.
I guess...
Well, this just goes to show you, though.
Biggie
money.
was right. More money, more problems.
But you bring it on yourself because as soon as you get the money, all that freaky shit comes out you couldn't do when you made minimum wage.
So
now you want to see 2 girls lick the buttholes.
Yeah. So, first of all, this...
Tell me you don't want to see it.
First of all, I don't even know if this happened. I'm what you call a victim blamer.
Oh my God! For real?
I don't know. I don't know. Wait, I don't know. Russ.
I don't know. Russ. I don't know.
Russ. First of all, it probably happened. I don't know, man.
Always
Between
believe the victim.
Russ and Diddy and Vince McMahon, I don't even know. Stuff is just coming out, man. It's like, all this stuff happened so long ago, but
First you get the money, then you get the power, then you make 2 girls lick the buttholes. Or boys.
And next story. John.
I want to be all inclusive.
Thank you.
At the 51st Annie Awards, Sony Pictures Animations, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse swept 7 awards, including Best Feature. Netflix had a successful evening as well, taking home 9 accolades for their works. Of course, the historical vengeance series Blue Eye Samurai won 6, including Best TV/Media Mature.
What was any of that? What?
Across the Spider-Verse got some awards.
Yeah, right. Some more made-up awards. Awesome.
You didn't like the movie?
No, I love the movie.
Of course. And if you get a chance to see Blue Eye Samurai, which actually is pretty good, a little series, Netflix. It's a lot. It is a lot.
What, you mean violence?
Yeah.
Sex?
Yeah. Well, not that much. I only saw a little bit of it. I remember there was a dude with no hands trying to serve. He was like a server. So already hard job because he didn't have no hands. And it was the Blue Eye because it was like, you know what it reminded me a lot of?
The Last Samurai?
No. Like, you know that one you remember that animated skit in Kill Bill?
Volume 1, yes.
Where she was like, if anybody has anything to say about my fucking heritage, because she's a blue-eyed because she's like half Japanese and half white. Right. So she has blue eyes and then people have got a problem with that.
No respect,
So she goes on a killing spree.
Nice.
So
you know what? This sounds like something right up my alley.
Yeah, so it's the thing. So, but it's a lot going on. And of course, and then I think also the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing. I think that also got nominated and stuff like that too. And there's there's a lot going on. And you're right, just a lot of made up awards.
I know.
Anime.
It did say 51st annual.
Yeah. So
word.
Yeah.
Never heard of that shit. This shit's as old as me. I never heard of it.
Anime. All I know, did Akira win?
In 1989, yes.
252 reviews. The brother's son, after an assassin shoots the head of a Taiwanese triad, Charles Chairleg's son, the eldest son, leaves for Los Angeles to defend his mother and brother who had, up until now, been fully shielded from the reality of their family.
Haven't seen it.
This is like on Netflix right now, and I would say the mother is played by Michelle Yeoh, and I would watch her fucking read the phone book. She is
brothers.
Amazing, yeah. So she's basically she takes she has her two sons. One son she leaves in China to help the dad run their gang syndicate. The other one she takes to like Southern California to raise. The one in Southern California, he wants to be in an improv group. He's going to college. He's doing the other thing.
Yeah.
And the other one, when he was 14, beat a guy to death with a chair leg. That's why he's called Chair Leg Son, because he beat him to death, and he's
nice.
But deep down inside, all he really wants to do is he wants to bake. He just really wants to bake.
All right. So depth of characters. I like that.
Yeah, and they have this whole thing. And so visually with the martial arts and everything like that, it's really good. It's actually very well acted. And again, I would have to say of all the Michelle Yeoh movies and stuff and all the fight scenes that I've ever seen, with this one, it's the most it's the most realistic fight scene because she's not like fighting like a martial artist. She's fighting like a person fighting for their life.
Yeah.
And it's like the most realistic fight scene she's ever did. And this is the woman from, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Baby.
She was a Bond girl. She was like, she did, I mean, what was the movie she was just in with the
won an Oscar?
Yeah. With all the paradox within the paradox within the paradox.
Something, everything, all at once.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
I mean, she's amazing.
Yeah.
So
and
this
she has
one,
been.
And she has been
for 30 years.
For her entire career, and this is another one,
One of the very few stunt people made it big.
Yeah.
She was a stunt woman, so was Jackie Chan. They both made it huge, and they did it together.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
How do you know they did it together?
They worked together.
Oh.
Boy, your mind's in the potty tonight.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Tell me about it.
252 kind of recommends.
No, we don't.
Madam Webb, paramedic Cassandra Webb of New York City, begins to exhibit clairvoyant characteristics. She is forced to face previous secrets and defends 3 young ladies from an enigmatic enemy who intends to kill them. At 13%, Sony's Spider-Man spinoff has the lowest average Rotten Tomatoes score of any big superhero movie in almost 10 years. It was among the worst openings for a Marvel character-based movie in Hollywood history. After opening midweek on Valentine's Day, the box office for the first 6 days brought in just $50 million domestic and international.
Now, based on all that, you would think that you shouldn't go see this movie. But I'm going to say you should go see this movie.
Oh.
I'm recommending it. I've seen it twice.
Jesus.
It's terrible, but in such a way that makes you like, wow, I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Why we could just wait 5 minutes and watch it on streaming?
I'm
No
sorry.
need to go to the theater. It'll be off soon.
I pay $21.99 a month so I can see movies on the big screen. Goddamn
Okay,
it!
all
I'm gonna watch
right.
movies on the big
So
screen.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try to be positive. All right.
The popcorn was great.
I would say that
Credits were interesting.
you're mean. I would say the chemistry between the 3 young girls, I thought was really good.
Yeah.
I thought when you added Dakota Johnson into the mix, it was horrible.
Kind of dissipated.
But I thought the 3 of them together was good. The other thing, I thought this was the most Uncle Ben that you got. If you add all the Spider-Man movies together, I think this was the most Uncle Ben screen time.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
the only problem is,
He
I
didn't
think
die.
the question, have you ever asked how much Uncle Ben do you need in the movie?
What are we talking, rice or?
I just
Peter
want to
Parker's
know,
uncle.
did we need that much Uncle Ben?
Apparently we did, and I like Adam Scott
I do like Adam Scott.
a lot. So
And it took me a minute, I have to admit, that I was like, they were like, Ben, and it took me a minute to be like,
Uncle Ben?
yeah, when it was pregnant and she was walking, he's like, let's guess the baby's name. It took up to then, and I was like, oh!
Yeah. But for some reason they couldn't or didn't. They didn't say Peter.
Yeah, cliffhanger.
They couldn't say.
Cliffhanger. But you know what's funny though? It
But it was fine.
It does make Ben Parker's death even that more tragic if Cassandra was actually his best friend, if she really was clairvoyant.
Right.
If
she knew it was gonna happen.
she knew it was gonna happen,
Yeah.
and she stopped all this other stuff from happening, but to know that he needed to die for Peter to become Spider-Man,
Right.
to let her best friend die, that had to happen.
I mean, like they said in the movie, with great responsibilities.
Yeah, I hated that.
sometimes
I
comes
hated that.
Power.
That's and the reason why the dude had to look like Spider-Man, and I don't know why the Peruvians spoke perfect English. I don't know why they looked like that. I didn't know why there was Spider
I thought those
I don't know
costumes
why.
were cool. The arañas.
I didn't know why.
Which means spider.
I don't know. I remember sitting there watching the previews for this. My cousin's like, is that superhero movie? I said, I think so. And he's like, what superhero is it? And then I thought, is it Spider-Woman? And
Was it Spider-Woman?
No! She's not even in a movie about Spider-Women. Jessica Drew is Spider-Woman.
That's what I thought. And I was thinking,
that is
I said,
true.
was this
Old
Spider-Woman?
kids like us, Jessica Drew is Spider-Woman. But
But
for
was
this
that-
generation, it's a different...
Because I was like,
Well,
Jessica Drew's got psychic powers. That's how she would differ.
Right.
You know, and I'm looking and I'm like, they didn't call her Jessica, they called her Cassandra.
Right, because that was
Because she's
Madam
not-
Web.
I know.
Madam Web was Cassandra.
But who was the other
The
one?
other lady.
And then who was
young
the
lady
other
who
girl?
played
Oh,
And
somebody
then,
else.
and they all had
The more
powers.
important question is who cares?
They didn't have
It
powers.
was-
they don't get their powers to the next movie that we're going to see.
But we're not going to see another movie
How do you know?
because that movie was terrible. It made it
I'm trying to get people to go
foreign
see
and domestic.
it. I know. It was awful. And it didn't really hold up on the second viewing, but I just had to see it again.
You're a brave man.
No, I'm just hating myself.
I think there was one review that said Morbius was better?
I don't agree with that. This was better than Morbius.
Was it?
This was barely better than Morbius. But Kraven the Hunter is going to be better than all of them.
I think Sony should stop. I think, listen, I know we have like maybe, Sony stop. Just stop.
Nah,
Just
man,
stop.
you know how many more villains that Sony has to choose from?
Yeah, they got
so
like
many.
60 years of, but stop. Just stop.
So many more villains.
I think that they're just taking advantage of the fanhood. Okay. I think that's our time.
Well, I'm Ralphie D, and that's news to me.
I'm Kawada Kurt. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We'd like to hear what you think.
Leave us a comment down below and let your opinion be heard.
And if you like this video, please check out other videos on our channel.
And I'm JB, and this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you hear it first.
You said first. All right, right on.
You didn't tell her the point.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't point.
Adonis, pull yourself together.